This video is being brought to you by the one and only B7U Clothing, the official brand of the blessed and unstoppable. Wear the message. Warning, messages by Billy Alsbrooks do cause side effects. And those side effects are champions being born, dreams being realized, the weak becoming strong, weight loss, victory over unbelievable odds, incredible comeback stories, the sick being healed, marriages being restored, victory over all forms of addiction, job promotions, average people becoming millionaires, warriors becoming blessed and unstoppable. These messages will motivate and inspire you to take action. Warning, your faith is now being increased to the level it takes to move mountains. Arise, champion. I'm Billy Alsbrooks and I approve this message. There was a 7-year-old boy on his knees praying before bedtime. And as he began to close his eyes, he was brought up into heaven. And when he got there, all he could see was miles and miles and miles of warehouses. And filled with curiosity, he asked God, "What's in those buildings?" God smiled and said, "Come, let's see." And as he and God walked through the massive doors and entered these buildings, all he could see were storage units and huge containers, each one having a name on it that he recognized. He saw his little brother's name, his little sister's name, his mother's name, his father's name, his uncle's name, his cousin's name, his classmates' names, his teachers' names, all the people at church. He saw all the names on these containers. So he asked God, "What's in there?" God smiled and said, "Come, let's see." He took the little boy by the hand and walked over to the containers and one by one began opening them. And he said, "Son, these are all the gifts, blessings, victories, breakthroughs, healing, happiness, peace, and abundance that I want to give to my people if they would just believe. Go back home, son, and tell them all that I have for them. Tell them just how much I love them, and that with me, all things are possible. Because I, God, will never, ever, ever fail my people. All I ask of them is to believe. Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go, throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them." Religion won't change your life, but faith will. Our objective is not to have faith, it's to become it. God still moves mountains. Faith is oxygen. Don't let your dreams suffocate. Anything outside the promises of God is just a temporary illusion. I dare you to believe. Faith is your weapon. And it's time for us as believers to go to war. Now I want to clear something up. Hoping and wishing ain't the same thing as trusting God. There's 3 kinds of faith: hope, faith, and trust. Now hope is, I hope there's a God up there. I hope he has the power to change the world. I hope he loves me enough to intervene on my behalf. Then there's faith, the next level. And faith is, I believe there's a God up there. And I have faith that he has power to change the world. But I hope that he loves me enough to intervene on my behalf. 99% of the church body as a whole resides in the first 2 levels of faith, hope and faith. This is why the church today is functioning in limited power. Now the 3rd level is trust. And this is where the power's at. Trust is, I know there's a God up there. I know he has the power to change the world. I know he loves me enough because he sent his son for me. And I know he will not fail me, and he will intervene on my behalf, and I trust him enough to step out and do something. This kind of trust is what got Peter out of the boat. There were 12 disciples there with God, but only one trusted him enough to get out of the boat and to walk on that water. And it's no coincidence that God chose to build his church on the rock. Peter, it's time to stop wishing, hoping, and crossing our fingers that God is gonna do something. It's time to start trusting and believing in the one we serve. Prayer without expectation is not a prayer, it's a wish. It's not the length of your prayer that gives it power. It's the faith behind it. Your focus is hindering God's power. Stop focusing on your problem and focus on the God to which all things bow. Church is not some place that we go. It's something that we are. It's not a location. It's not a building. It's a mindset, a lifestyle. God did not design you to be comfortable. He designed you to conquer. And to do that, you gotta get out the comfort zone. You gotta stretch. You gotta reach. You gotta strive for greatness. Dare to believe all things are possible. God has given you the promised land, but the only way you're gonna enter it is by faith. You gotta seize the moment. You gotta conquer the day. For the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Don't let doubt downsize God's plan for your life. From this point forward, pray only one-time prayers. Whatever your need is, go to God's word and find out what it says. And then you stand on what that word says. So when you pray, you ask God one time. And then from that moment forward, you believe that prayer is answered. Don't pray it again. Because if you pray it twice, the enemy's gonna think you didn't believe what you prayed for the first time. The enemy can't read your mind, but he can hear your words. And he can smell fear, and he can smell doubt. That's like blood to a shark to him. It's time for believers to start believing. We gotta stop serving our emotions and start serving God. Real faith is never subject to circumstances. It's unconditional. Faith is more than words. It's an unconditional activity, a continuous action of refusing to concede or accept one's current circumstances. The only outcome I will accept is the one that God promised. You have to authorize God to do the impossible. Your faith grants that authorization. Go get your victory. Dreams bloom in the fertile soil of expectation. I dare you to believe. Your eyes were designed to see the visible. Faith allows you to see the invisible, what's to come, to peer into the future. Destiny is obligated by universal law to concede to the demands of unwavering faith. No matter where you are or what your circumstance is, faith will bend and shape reality in order to bring heaven to you. As believers, we're supposed to be pro-life, but everyday Christians are committing abortions. And what I mean by that is every time you give up on a dream, every time you doubt God, you commit abortion on a life that you could have had. Every ounce of your being, everything on the outside of you, all the people around you might be saying what you're trying to do is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. If you really want to change your life, you take Matthew 19:26. With God, all things are possible. And you make that the foundation of your existence. Because the faith that pleases God is the faith that pursues doing the impossible. Because that gives God an opportunity to shine. I'm Billy Alsbrooks, blessed and unstoppable. And as always, to God be the glory. When you are anchored in grace, rooted in purpose, and aggressively pursuing your calling, you are blessed and unstoppable. I am bold because I know I'm in my calling. I know the anointing is behind me. Nothing can stop me. Arise, champion. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. My calling is to speak life over the future champions of the world. To be successful, you must seize and conquer every moment, every opportunity that presents itself. Grab it with both hands and refuse to let it go. Tomorrow's not promised, so you don't know if you're gonna get a second chance at this. So you better squeeze every ounce of victory out of every single moment God gives you. Prepare for the moment. You gotta become a workout warrior. Your time is now. You've got a choice. Either let the day own you, or you own it. See, the world has told you a lie. You think success is luck. You think somebody else has to put you on. You think you gotta have all these connections to go where you wanna go. But I'm here to set the truth straight. You determine your outcome. What you do every day, your work ethic pledges your allegiance to either failure or success. You determine where you go. Stop waiting for other people to put you on and put yourself on. Stop making excuses. Every day that you don't give your all, you do the world an injustice. Stop absorbing life and start projecting it. When you are anchored in grace, rooted in purpose, and aggressively pursuing your calling, you are blessed and unstoppable. There's nothing that makes me sicker than seeing somebody waste their gift. Now, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but sometimes I gotta get up in your face with the truth. See, denial will continue to hold you hostage until you take responsibility for your actions. Ignoring the facts will not improve your circumstances. Truth is the chiropractor of the mind. Right thinking, sustained long enough, will produce success. I think like a champion. I speak like a champion. And I walk it out because I am a champion. What I'm telling you is straight out of the word. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God and what is good and acceptable and perfect. The word always confirms itself. So I'm going to give you another one. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. Now that's the mindset of a champion. That's my message. God still moves. I am the messenger of hope. Do not give up on your dreams. Your best days are ahead of you. There's a lot of you out there listening to me right now that are warriors. You just haven't awoken yet. And guess what? I'm here ringing the alarm. Arise! Awaken, warrior! Anchored in grace, rooted in purpose. Pursue your calling. Never give up. Blessed and unstoppable. I am the messenger. God sent me to tell you that your best days are ahead of you. This is not the end. And no matter what you're facing, the trial or the tribulation, the circumstance or the situation, you will come out of this victorious. I am the messenger, bringing the message of hope to the one thinking of taking his own life, with a needle in his arm, shooting dope To all the homeless. To the one the doctor just told you only got 6 months to live. To those who've been raped. To the woman who just got re-diagnosed with cancer for the 3rd time. To those that just went bankrupt. To that one out there who just lost their whole family in a car wreck. To those that just lost their baby. And my brother who just got told he'll never walk again. I'm here to tell you all, God has not forgotten you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. This is not a coincidence that you are hearing this message. This message was spiritually and strategically designed for you. Now God says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. And see, you must go through what you're going through so that you can be shaped, refined, and molded so that you can qualify for your future. So you will be prepared to do your calling. So consider it all joy, my brethren, when you encounter various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its perfect result, so that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. I am the messenger. For what the enemy murdered, killed, and destroyed, your faith can resurrect. For I will restore the lost years that the cankerworm ate. So don't let the devil lie to you. God has an amazing plan for you, and I'm the messenger. Son, here to bring hope to that mama whose son is out there on the streets, hooked on pills, who everybody else is giving up on. For that mama who's at home, praying over her child in prison, don't you give up, cause the word says, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. So you stand on that and you believe. Let God be your banner, Jehovah Nissi. He will not fail you. God still moves. And for that one who they say is on his deathbed, he sent out his word and healed them and delivered them from their destruction. I'm the messenger sent here to deliver the hope. And the Lord who's mighty in all things says, I dare you to trust me with your dreams and hopes. I am the messenger. Stop telling God how big your problems are and start telling your problems how big God is. And since we have hope, we are very bold, because the word says, and in all things, whatsoever ye ask for in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. So I've been sent to that woman who's about to give up on her marriage, and to that man who feels like he's done let his family down and on the verge of throwing in the towel, to giving up, to ending it all. I am the messenger. God still loves you, and this is not the end. And I was sent to the man in prison who doesn't see any reason for living. And I was sent to that young girl who's considering an abortion because she just doesn't understand how she will ever be able to take care of that child. I'm here to tell you, God is with you, and with God all things are possible. I am the messenger of hope. And for that one out there who thinks they've done the unforgivable, I'm here to tell you that God is the God of second chances, and his grace will set you free. I am the messenger of hope. Billy Alsbrooks, blessed and unstoppable. God still moves in the hearts of broken people like you and me, baby. I'm here to tell you, He won't fail you. So faithful is the one who loves you and me. Speak to the mountain like you believe. We win our battles on our knees. 1, 2, 3, and all the churches say, battle of the mind, yeah, the devil want me. I stay prayed up, he don't really want me. If he come around here singing lies to me, I'ma tell him about the blood that set me free. It don't matter what the world say, cause I'm gonna get my one of these days. Daddy won't let me down, and you'll see. If God be for me, who stand against me? If God be for me, who stand against me? If God be for me, who stand against me? Sing it. God still moves in the hearts of broken people like you and me, baby. I'm here to tell you, He won't fail you. So faithful is the one who loves you and me. Speak to the mountain like you believe. Get your praise on, shout it, get your praise on. We win our battles on our knees. Now all the choir sing. Struggle is real, God is too. Faithful is the Lord, He ain't forgot about you. Sing it. Struggle is real, God is too. Faithful is the Lord, He ain't forgot about you. Come on. Young and motivated, against all odds. All things are possible with my God. Devil mad at me cause he see me out here ballin'. True Christian with a mission, purpose, and a calling. Baptized in the power every time I pray. On fire for the Lord and I'm not afraid. Daddy won't let me down, and you'll see. If God be for me, who stand against me? If God be for me, who stand against me? If God be for me, who stand against me? Sing it. God still moves in the hearts of broken people like you and me, baby. I'm here to tell you, He won't fail you. So faithful is the one who loves you and me. Speak to the mountain like you believe. Get your praise on, shout it, get your praise on. We win our battles on our knees. And all the world say, God still moves in the hearts of broken people like you and me, baby. I'm here to tell you, He won't fail you. So faithful is the one who loves you and me. Speak to the mountain like you believe. Get your praise on, shout it, get your praise on. We win our battles on our knees. Get your praise on, now all the choir say, struggle is real, God is too. Faithful is the Lord, He ain't forgot about you. Struggle is real, God is too. Faithful is the Lord, He ain't forgot about you. Come on. Speak to the mountain like you believe. Get your praise on, shout it, get your praise on. We win our battles on our knees. Blessed and unstoppable. Success starts with putting the right things into your mind. And my new book, Blessed and Unstoppable, was strategically designed to align your mind with the laws of success. This curriculum will teach you the inner mechanics required to go from average to phenomenal, from living a life with limits to being blessed and unstoppable. As you follow this guide step by step, amazing breakthroughs will happen. New doors of opportunity will open, and favor will begin to chase you down. Blessed and Unstoppable is a 31-day devotional on the laws of success. This book will instigate the thought process and actions required to transform your life. Each day has a Bible verse, a teaching on that day's principle, a positive affirmation, a prayer for the day, self-assessment questions, success quotes, action steps, and a powerful inspirational message. Regardless of what field you're in, Blessed and Unstoppable is your blueprint for success. Get your copy at blessedandunstoppable.com. Also available on Amazon.